In this lesson, we're going to go over string index. So what index means is simply where something is in a string. So when we count in computer science, and Python's no different, we don't start from 1 like you would think we do, right? 1, 2, 3. We actually start at 0, then 1, 2, and so on. So, for example, if you're going to say what place or what index is the H here in hello, it's actually in the zeros place. And if we were to talk about what place is the E in, again, it's not in the second, which would make sense. 1, 2, it's 0, 1. So it's actually in the ones place. And if you were to count from the end of the string, so the very last spot, so let's say what position is this O in? Now you could count from the beginning, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you could say that the O is in the 4th place. That would be correct. But sometimes you just want to grab the last letter in a string or an array, and you don't want to count all the way to the end. You simply want to grab the last one. And in computer science and Python, you start at -1 and then -2. So again, if you just want to grab the very last character in this string, it'd actually be at the -1 place. This L would be at the -2, and so on and so forth. So an example, so starting from the beginning of the word start, again, this is the 0 place, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And an example of counting from the end, say the word truck, if we just want to grab the K, it'd be in the position -1, -2, -3, and so on and so forth. So what does this mean to us in Python? Well, let's head over to the interpreter. So let's assign a string to a variable. So let's just say a equals hello, hit enter. Now let's say we want to print or grab just this first letter. So you type in print, of course, our parentheses, and inside those parentheses, we're going to tell Python, hey, we want to print A, we're grabbing the string A, and you're going to do square brackets. And the square brackets are telling Python we're going to grab a specific part of the string A. And in this case, again, we start at 0. So if we want to grab the H, we're going to type 0 in there. So it's telling Python print A, just the first index or the 0 index. So hit enter, and there you go. It printed H. Now let's print the second character in H. So again, type print parentheses and square brackets. So we're going to say print A and just the E. So again, we're going to count 0, 1. So that's the ones position. Hit enter, and there you go. It's printing just the E. And we'll continue here. Let's print the L. So print parentheses A, square bracket, in the index 2, which is actually the third, so 0, 1, 2, it's going to print the L. And there you go. It prints the L. Now let's count from the end of it. So if we wanted to print the O, print parentheses. We're going to print A, square brackets, and remember -1. So if we want to count from the back, the O would be -1, L -2, next L, so on and so forth. So again, hit enter, and there you go. It prints the very last character in that string. If we want to print the second to last character, again, print A, square bracket, -2, close square bracket, close parenthesis. And there you go. It prints the L. Pretty straightforward. I have a challenge for you. So your challenge is you're going to assign two variables, fire, and then this big long word. You might have to look it up. Type into a search engine supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Or you can just type in really long English words and it'll come up with this. So first challenge is print just the R in fire, and then print just the I, and then print the last letter in this big long word. So we're wanting to print the S. And the reason I made it that long, to try to deter you from trying to count all the way there, to use the last place index. And the final part of the challenge, print the third to last letter. So -1, -2, and -3 is what you want to be printing the O there. So go ahead, pause the video, and attempt that challenge. I'll see you back here in a few. All right, hopefully you got it. So the first challenge, print, well, we got to assign the variables first. So let's say A equals fire, and B is going to equal supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So I just cut and pasted that from search engine, hit enter. All right, we need to print just the R in A. So what index is that? So 0, 1, 2. It's at index 2. So print A, square bracket, 2, close square bracket, close parentheses, and there we go. We printed just the R. Second challenge, print just the I. So what index is that? 0, 1. It's index 1. So print open square brackets, index 1, close square brackets, square parentheses, just the I. All right, print the last letter in this big long word here. So again, we don't want to count all the way there. We just want to tell Python, go to the end of this word, grab the last letter. So print open parentheses B. We're going to go -1, close square bracket, close parentheses. And it prints the S, and that's what we want. And the third challenge, print the third to last letter. So it should be this O here. So go print B, open square bracket, -3, close square bracket, close parenthesis, hit enter, and there you have it. We printed the O. Hopefully you got this. I recommend just assigning different words to different variables for practice, and then see if you can print specific indexes. And again, computer science, you start at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. And then if you want to grab something from the end, it's simply -1 is the very last character, and 0, -1, -2, -3, so on, so forth. I'll see you in the next lesson.